Hi guys, it's me Brooklyn, and me Carson, and me Zia. So, I decided to talk about reality with Brooklyn today because why not? Why not? It's good. So, I've seen some stuff on Reddit. We're gonna probably talk about back to back Reddit stories and stepkids. So, you already know we have some stepkids. Like, Kaisha is Carson's stepdaughter. Yeah, that is true. Um some of our kids are stepkids. Like, yeah, I wasn't married before, but we kind of gonna count it like that. And one thing we'll say about it is we will love our kids no matter what. We ain't gonna push them aside for a new kid. So there's one Reddit story that made me really mad today because it's ridiculous. So once I get back up here, I'm going to tell that story. So I'm going to go ahead. I wanted to do something with my hair, but I don't know what. It's easier to sit like this, so yeah, that's cool. So there was this girl today that we heard about, and she had a kidney infection and she was feeling super sick. But the mom and dad, they didn't care. They only cared about the brother. And who are they to care about the brother when he did nothing special? So the daughter almost died. I'll be back. So the daughter almost dies from a kidney infection, and the mom doesn't seem to care. Never cares. And then finally, she had to get her dad involved to take her. When the mom was lying the whole time that the dad didn't care. And finally, she cares enough when the kid leaves to go live with the dad. Like, that makes me mad because you shouldn't treat a kid like that if they're from a previous marriage. There is no reason for a kid from a previous marriage to be treated like they're less than. You should treat all kids equally. Yes. And I do treat all of my kids equally, including my sister Celeste. And right now, I'm in the process of adopting her so she can be fully mine. But Brooke treats her like every other kid. Yeah, I treat her with respect. And what I'm also trying to teach her is a little bit of discipline. So we do show a little bit of our love by teaching good examples. You already know in the last video, Kaisha cussed, and I said if you cuss again, I'm putting soap in her mouth. That's what we're gonna do with the younger ones. And you already know that I adopted Kaisha's sisters, Leanne, Anna, and Ella. And when they also and Joanne. And I don't want them when they're older to get ideas from Kaisha or anybody else cussing. So I have to stop that behavior early. But if there was a scenario where me and Carson did get divorced, I wouldn't treat his kids bad. Yeah. But luckily we're in love and we still love each other. Yeah. So that made me angry. Like, you shouldn't treat your kid like that. And then they didn't really care until she left. Now, how are you going to tell me you're going to cry about her leaving when you didn't even care when she was super sick and had to go to the hospital? So, here's what I would have done if I were the, the OP's parent. If she was sick and she was running 104 fever, I would take her to the hospital. I will break every red light. I would break every red light to take her there, so I wouldn't lose my kid. But in reality, some parents are like that. And it's not okay. And she ends up being fine, but everything else, it's just harder for her. And the parents don't care. The mom even doesn't care. Like, you think is to care about your kid, and you don't even care. Exactly, that's just wrong. Like, we already had a situation where Kaisha broke her foot and she had to go to the hospital and get surgery for it. Yeah. And then before, we had Celeste, who broke her knee and had to get surgery too. We would take them if something were bad happened to them. I'm probably going to have to take Kaisha back to the doctor because her foot is swelling again. Because that's not normal for her, so she's probably going to be back in the boot longer. And I had to make the tough decision today just to keep Kaisha off the team until August. Because I don't want her getting more hurt, and she had a panic attack today. Yeah, that was the hardest thing to hear, was Kaisha having a panic attack. And that's because of trauma with Malibu. I don't think I explained it that well in the Kaisha bullying story that I told, but Kaisha does have trauma from getting bullied. So, it's kind of hard for her to do acting parts without thinking of Malibu and Teresa. She calls them shadow people. And then, you know, it feels like the other way around and parents don't really care, she would have been broken forever. I know I should have tried to get off earlier, but it was hard to get off that show. But we finally got off there. And people from Reddit would always say, people from story Reddits would always say, you're overreacting, you're over dramatic. And then there was this girl also with autism that reminds me a lot of Haley making something. That also reminds me of Haley, like, there was a girl named Ava, and she was having issues in the store, wasn't looking at her mother. And then the other mother had the nerve to say, oh, maybe Ava is over dramatic, too sensitive. No, your kid's not too sensitive. They're allowed to feel how they feel. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that is ridiculous. Like, you should treat your kids with the same respect that you wanted to be treated with. Don't call them over dramatic if they're crying about it. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. And then some parents think they're right for doing that. And no, you're not in the right. I don't call my kids over dramatic. Yes, they do get upset from time to time, but I sit down and I talk with them with it, and I ask them, what is the matter? How do we fix it? How do we resolve it from there? But these stories from Reddit, even if it is AI, I understand they're probably fake, but that's no way to treat your kid, ever. And it's always the same thing, like, the sister tries to steal something and they get away with it, and the other person is just picking up the pieces. Then we have mother-in-laws trying to break up marriages. Yeah, as for my mom is gone. Yeah, Carson's mom is gone. His dad is gone. So, it's kind of been hard for him. Yeah. But, when we did get married, they were really supportive. Not my mom, but my dad was very supportive of us. Yeah, if you didn't know, also, Carson's mom left Harry and, Celeste with Carson. And she went from man to man to man. Yeah, so it's kind of been tough, but I'm working to the progress of getting adoption for Celeste, so she could be like physically and solely my sister and my daughter. So that's the thing I've been working on, and we got our remarriage coming up. Yeah, I just decided because our 1 year anniversary has happened. I decided I wanted to get remarried, do it right, because I finally have Zia with me. Yeah, I'm gonna have her be my maid of honor, and I'm gonna have Kaija and all the girls be my flower girls, and I'm gonna let Harry and Austin be my ring bearers. Yeah, so we decided to do it like that because Austin is too young to carry them down. So if Harry holds on to him and does that like that, I think it'll be interesting to do. Yeah. So if you liked the video, please like, subscribe, all that. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Yep, bye for now.